Road crew, you need to sponsor this guy.
I'm still Daz Evlehate from the Löser band YouTube channel, and I have with me Phil Powell this year. We are at No Sleep Till Blackpool. Again, another year. And I thought we would get started with a shot. So here's to Lemmy, here's to Phil Campbell, here's to everyone that's been in Motorhead. Yeah?
Cheers. Cheers.
All right.
Yeah, man.
So, Phil, what have you been up to? It's been a pretty crazy year for you, hasn't it?
Yeah. We've there's plenty of gigs with Motörheadache. We've a few festivals this year. Next 2 weeks time, I think 23rd, official Motorhead have asked us to headline the event that they're doing in Broughton.
That's right.
Lemmy's birthplace, where the shop's opened and
statue.
Yeah, the statue. So there's a few local bands playing. There's going to be a lot of things going on. It's going to be a great day. We look forward to that. Later in the year, there's a gig in Cyprus, if we're allowed to fly.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Well, if they don't cancel all of the flights between now and then.
As regards Outlaws, last year we played our first gig abroad in Portugal, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
And the reception was fantastic. So good.
And you're booked in again for this year, right?
Yeah, we've booked a couple of gigs from the guy who ran Fatella Sonica Festival. Get my words out. Miguel Newton. And he's booked us a couple of small shows, DIY shows in Lisbon and Porto, end of this month. So we look forward to that. And then the new band, my bass player Vitor, created this punk rock, psychobilly in it as well, old school punk rock project called Macaronis. So we're doing that now, and we're playing for Sonica Festival in the end of September. Yeah, and obviously last night here at No Sleep Till Blackpool, we got drafted in with Segregates to replace Chris Holmes, who unfortunately had to cancel his whole tour.
A whole European tour.
Yeah,
so that's unfortunate. So he had been booked in as the headliner for the Saturday for ages, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you came in.
Yeah, that's to jump in. Yeah, and we had a great reception, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I've enjoyed it. I've been here since Friday, and I've been out there with everyone, watching the bands and talking to people, old faces, meeting new people. That's what I love to do. The bonus bit is playing.
Right.
Me.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that a lot. And today I got to witness my first Löser gig.
It was a Löser gig.
And I was impressed. The first thing I was impressed with, I think Phil Campbell would call it the backline from hell. All those marshals, it's just as soon as you see it, this is going to be loud. This is going to be full on. And it was. And I loved the fact that you opened with The Game. And it was great to see someone play that song. And the name of your band is one of my favourite Motorhead songs, and you played Löser as well. And I love that song. It's a great track.
It's also on our EP that came out today. Yeah.
I should be picking up one of those. And so I was very interested in the new songs, the original songs, and pleased to see. So is your plan now to eventually more and more originals and just less covers?
Well, we'll see. I mean, we're mostly doing like 2-hour shows. To get 2 hours of originals is going to be a very long slog.
Yeah.
Right? So I think we'll continue to do Motorhead tribute while sneaking originals in for the foreseeable future. And as we add more and more originals over time, we'll see where it goes. We actually have kind of a long game plan because we're thinking about doing an EP a year.
Okay.
Right. So the EP will probably have 3 to 4 originals. Every year we'll just add a little bit into the arsenal and see how those get added in, rather than trying to kind of go in one big album hit. Right?
Yeah. It's a good way to approach it. I think from my own personal experience, we started off with a 4-track EP, and then we done a 10-track album. But now we're in a position where we've got unrecorded songs in the set, and quite a few. And eventually we have to get them down on record.
We had the same thing last year when we talked. It was like, oh, here's a new song. You've never played it live. Here's a new song. You've never played live. This year, here's a new song. We've never played it live. So, yeah, from a Street Outlaws perspective, it's probably time to get recording in.
I think so. And the timing's right now. And but I'm really enjoying events like this. You know, back in the day, Street Outlaws would get on a lot of punk shows, and I remember reading an interview with Girl School, and they were talking about when they first started, and they would play punk shows, and all the punk kids would think they're a rock band, and they'd play a metal show, a rock show, and they'd all think they're a punk band. And I said to myself, "That's us." You know, we're in that funny place, but I feel like we get more appreciated with this sort of fan base. I don't know why. I say that Portugal, they got a big punk scene there, and we went down a storm. But I think in Europe it's different, and I think I've just had a chat with some of the German Motorheadbangers, and we're looking to get Street Outlaws into Germany this year, or maybe next year. We'll see. But I would love to do that. I think it'd work, and
I'll keep my fingers crossed. That would be amazing. So I want to ask you about your performance. Up here in the corner, there's going to, wait, which direction am I facing? I think it'll be up here in the corner. There will be a link to an interview that I did with a fellow, we'll call him Porn Wizard, because that's his Zoom nickname, and it's hysterical that somebody shows up on Zoom as Porn Wizard. So the guitar player for Circus 66, and I was chatting with him about his play style. What's interesting to me, I think I was closer to your Street Outlaws set this year than before, or maybe I was just watching your facial expressions more.
Yeah.
Do you know that you move your jaw when you solo?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
You know, that's a taught thing.
Yeah.
Was it taught to you, or did you do it naturally?
Just that, it's all natural. Yeah. Any bad habits there, or good habits, they're all there by accident.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you, it's a good habit, right? So guitar teachers tend to, especially younger folk, and they tend to say, when you're doing a solo, move your mouth to the vowels of the solo that you're hitting. And so what I was really trying to watch for is if you were moving it with the wah pedal, or if you were moving it just with the bends. But it really seems to be just an emotional thing. I don't think you know you're doing it.
No, I don't. I never did, actually. Or did I? I'm not sure. But it's all natural to me. I'm not... I recently had a few lessons with a guy, only just show me some scale patterns and show me a bit of slide guitar, because I'm doing a couple of slide songs at some point, and it was interesting to me because I am self-taught, so everything, or any mistakes or bad habits I've picked up, they're there for a reason, but it works for me, and I don't think it's a bad thing. I always looked at I always thought Fast, Steady and Wurzel were natural self-taught players. Whereas Phil and Brian were at a higher level. But sometimes I think you can get a little bit too locked into that. And I think it's better to be a bit loose and a bit crazy and a bit wild. And Wurzel definitely was.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think I wrote a letter to Wurzel many years ago, and he said to me the wow was his favourite pedal. And that if he just had to pick one, that would be it. And I think I agree with him. Yeah, I think if I could only pick one, it'd be a wah. But I do love the delay, and I do use the flanger a lot. But I'm probably unaware of a lot of things I do on stage. But I guess I am talking the solo as I'm playing along to it. Yeah,
if you get an opportunity, watch back some of it, and it's not a bad habit. It's a good thing. So don't watch it and be embarrassed. It's really cool. I think. Personally, as an audience member, when you see a guitar player moving their jaw while they're doing the solo, it's a connectedness of your body, right? Your fingers and your brain and your mind and your mouth, you're singing the guitar solo. And it's really quite beautiful to see, because you know your head's completely present, right? You're in that moment. And by the way, your guitar solos are off the hook, right? I mean, I'm looking at guitarists while I say that, and off the hook.
I think say something. It might upset a few people, and I don't mean it to do this. But I watch for example, a lot of the Motorhead other tributes, and they're all great in their own different ways. You got to remember, none of us are in Motorhead. You know, we're not Motorhead. It's a tribute to the music, and everyone does their own interpretation of it. But I do notice that a lot of the guitar players, they're what I call shredders. And there's a thing that I can't do. Maybe I'm jealous. But for me, it's about bending strings and holding notes and getting yourself a nice big tone to push it out, and that's how I like to play, and that's how I attack it. My setup, my pedal board is an attacking pedal board. It's wah, flanges, delay. It's not like a, more. I tried chorus pedals and harmonic pedals, things like that. They just didn't work for me. There wasn't enough attack, and I think you've got to keep it simple and just work with what you've got and learn it. And I'm definitely not the best guitarist in the world, but I think if you can make people go, "Wow, see what you did just there," that's all you need to do.
Yeah. I think the other thing I would mention about your performance, it happens with Motorheadache as much as it happens with Street Outlaws. I haven't seen the Macaronis yet. You come across, what did you just say a moment ago? I think you said that you might offend some people.
Yeah.
You come across like you are on speed. Your energy is unbelievable. From the moment you get on that stage to the moment you get off the stage, you're wired, absolutely wired. And the energy is so transformative. Everyone in the audience can't help but be part of it because you're just there. You want that next song. What's the next song? Yeah, let's get in there.
That's what we want to hear. I probably don't notice these things. I don't know I'm doing it, but I think if you play from here, and I genuinely do, I want to be out there, watching, but you're playing, so you got to try and bring it into everyone. And if it wasn't for everyone that stood there watching you, there's no gig, And like I say, the playing bit is the bonus bit for me because I can't wait to get off the stage and have a beer with someone.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's the energy. The energy is let's get the set done so we can go have a beer.
Yeah, it could be.
Well, it translates as excitement, and it's really infectious.
I wish I'd done it a lot earlier in life, but I'm glad I'm doing it now. I had a great opportunity that Rob gave me by doing the Motorheadache thing, and it got a few gigs for us in Street Outlaws because it's hard to get gigs with Street Outlaws, as you probably know yourself, with Löser, to try and get book gigs and to get people to turn up is not an easy thing. So to come onto events like this where there are people that are willing to watch and enjoy themselves is a great thing and a lucky thing for us to be doing, and long may it continue.
Yeah, the No Sleep Till Blackpool weekend is kind of a yearly. It is. It's a yearly community event, and it's not just about the bands playing. I mean, the people are just as happy to gather and be together, and that sense of community that happens is so strong. So you're absolutely right. As a band, when you're playing to that group of people who just want to be here, they know what they're getting. They know a very enjoyable weekend, I think, from all sides.
Yeah, I mean, I said to Ian yesterday, I've got to say that the Waterloo, to me, I've played a lot of places now, and big places, small places, and this place is professionally run. All the staff are approachable, friendly. Mm-hmm. As soon as you've played, you get paid. It's all agreed beforehand. There's no underhandness. Everything's professionally done and well organised. The sound man, he's the best sound man I've ever worked with. I think I've said that before. It's just I think it's one of the best places I've played, and I look forward to it every time I come. And I said to him yesterday, he's already put up next year's dates for 2027, and I said, well, I'll be here playing or not, and I will. Yeah, we've already booked next door.
Oh, that's excellent. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, we feel exactly the same way. And to know the dates makes it easier to book in advance. So from Löser's perspective, we have our EP out today. 7 tracks, 3 originals, 2 Motorhead, and 1 Etta James cover.
Really?
Yeah. So that's a little twist. From our first video with Born Losers, you were talking about the backline from hell, right? So the objective was to kind of just show a mountain of sound, right? Yeah. And that's
as it should be. As it should be. I really enjoyed watching you guys today. I like the song choices that you picked, and then the originals in the middle. Really made for a great set for me. And I love the fact that you got the 2 guitar players, because a lot of the Motorhead tributes have just got the one, and having the 2 like the mid-80s lineup. You know, it gives you more opportunity of songs to play as well. You know, which is it was refreshing to see.
Oh, that's
for
nice.
me.
Yeah. We're not always a 4-piece. We prefer to be a 4-piece, but the nice part about being a 4-piece is that you have more options to say yes, right? Because now you can be a 3-piece in the different varieties, or you can be a 4-piece if you're lucky and you can get all the pieces together, right?
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything that you'd like to plug beyond what we've already talked about?
I think I probably said it in our set last night when we played the good old days, you know, appreciating people turning up to events like this that are well run, and they're not cheap, you know, the tickets, but for what you're getting for 3 days, I think it's really worth it. I mean, the bands that have played all weekend have been cracking.
Yeah.
I enjoyed them all and varied, and all the different tributes all got their own little take on Motorhead, which I like as well. It's not about who's the best, it's about playing the songs that you enjoyed listening to of that band, you know, in your own perspective, in your own way, playing it in your own style, and that's what I think about it all. But I think that you know, long may events like this continue, and I'm grateful of the people that support it, really, you know, and it's nice to meet those people, you know, at other gigs and or on next year, you know, or the year after at this event, and catch up with each other, and I don't see any you know, miserable people or nasty people or anything like that. Everyone's just here to have a bit of fun, and that's, if you can understand that as a playing band as well, I think you're there.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
If you're, I like, for me, Street Outlaws is professional setup. We turn up, we're on time, we set up as quick as we can, we set up tidy, we stick to the set times, and we're grateful to the crowd in the venue. And I think that's all you got to do, you know.
To any bands or musicians thinking about getting into a band, that is the checklist. That is the checklist right there, right? It's not about ego. It's not about being the best. It's about being professional. And there's your checklist to be professional.
Definitely. You know, you meet some large characters in life, I guess, in the music scene, but they go straight over the top of my head. That's not how I operate. That's not how we operate. And I think that, you know, if I wasn't playing, I'd be out there watching. So that's how I see it. And you know, keep going as long as I can stand up. I think
that is perfect. Thank you, Phil. Great to see you.
Thank you, Daz.
Till next time, yeah?